Hey guys, it's Elizabeth Finding Elizabeth, and today is Monday, April 24th, 2017. You're getting no makeup, Liz. And look, I'm making a video on Monday. Actually, this is the second video because I just finished the first one and I went to look at it and I had big green leafy lettuce in my teeth. Not good. So for those of you who don't know me, I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on April 14th, 2014. So I am 3 years post-op weight loss surgery. My highest weight in January of 2014 was 402 pounds. My weight at surgery was 360.6 pounds. My weight last Thursday, actually, because that's when I made a video, was 219.6. My weight today is 217. My lowest weight after surgery was 198. And my highest was last week's weight of 219.6. So I am 185 pounds down. This time last year, I weighed 210 pounds, so that's a 7-pound gain in a year, which is obviously not okay. And I have 42 pounds to go to get to my weight loss goal. So this has been a little bit of a crazy week. My dad, who is 73, excuse me while I make my water with my Crystal Light. My dad, who is 73, fell about 15 feet off of a ladder on Wednesday. And I gotta tell you, I went by his house yesterday because he got moved to rehab, and I went to get him some clothes and some things that he wanted for home. And I saw said ladder in his backyard, and this is like an old rickety ass ladder. I'm like, really? I don't think I would trust my 20-year-old, 130-pound son on that ladder, much less a 73-year-old big guy on that ladder. What the hell were you thinking? And I told him that he no longer has the right to bring up any of my stupid relationship choices to me after climbing that ladder and falling and breaking his back. So anyway, the week was a little crazy. He's okay now. Like I said, he was moved to rehab, which is a very nice rehab, practically like a 4-star hotel. I would like to stay at that rehab. When we came in there yesterday, he had 4 gorgeous nurses following him everywhere. So he's probably going to want to stay there as long as he possibly can. But I just spilled Crystal Light everywhere. It's one of those days. I'm tired. From a weight loss perspective, so I'm down 2.6 pounds from last week. Why is that? Because I didn't really drink much this week. I did a little. I probably had 3 drinks this week. And what I noticed from an eating and drinking perspective is the structure that his hospital stay provided for me was really helpful and kind of took my mind off food and a lot of other things that tend to be rambling around in my head. I work for myself. With the exceptions of meetings that are scheduled at certain times, I pretty much make my own schedule. And what I realized through this is I probably need to create a little bit more structure for myself. I don't know when the last time was that I had structure like I did this last week for that long, because I would get up in the morning, take a shower, go to the hospital, deal with that all day, and then come home like 8 o'clock at night and go to sleep and start all over. But that was actually kind of good for me. And I've been thinking about some other things to do other than just social activity, which does fill some of my time. I've been thinking of maybe going back to school or doing some volunteer work or just doing something that gives my life a little bit more structure than it has right now. So feeling better that I'm down a little bit. I did not like how high my weight was creeping up. If it had gotten to 220, I probably would have really freaked out. So that was a big, giant wake-up call to me. Really, I think the only thing that's on my mind, and I'm really tired and sort of disjointed today, I think, is it's interesting to watch how the things that occurred with my dad in the hospital because he is overweight. We share that. We are both lifetime fat. We both grew up as fat kids, and, with the exception of losing weight a few times, which he did and I did, have pretty much been overweight adults. He weighs 300 pounds. What was interesting, first of all, thank you, Gracie, for coming with me. She came with me to the hospital the night that he fell, but she had never met him before, and yesterday, one day, we were talking about how shocking it was to me to realize that at my highest weight, I weighed 100 pounds more than he did. And that she pointed out also that how tall is he? He's 6 feet tall. I'm 5'4". So that was really weird to kind of think about. But it seemed like from the get-go, his weight was an issue that, I mean, I think exacerbated his issue in some ways. And just, I don't know, people are stupid. All of the people. From one perspective, it was good. His doctor said that she had, I mean, he probably, if he was not as heavy as he is, would have had much more severe injuries with that fall. His doctor said she had someone similar height fall from a similar distance and actually get up with no injuries. Oh, did I say this? He broke his back. But he has mobility, and hopefully he's going to be okay. He seems on the mend. Saturday night it went a little south, but now it appears that things are good. But so there's that from the positive side of being overweight. But then it was from, are you going to fit in the scan, to taking 3 days to get a gown that would fit him, to, I think the thing that exacerbated his condition was they gave him a brace for his back. And when the guy from orthotics came to fit it, he brought a abdominal binder because he was worried about, because of the way my dad's abdomen sticks out, would he get pressure sores from that? So they had him lay down. They put this abdominal binder on super, super, super tight, as well as the brace. As soon as he stood up, he was in excruciating pain, almost to the point of passing out. And that's when, from that point, that was when things started to sort of go south. And if he wouldn't have been overweight, he wouldn't have needed the abdominal binder. And it was just like, I wish I could, I'm just too tired. I can't think of all the incidences. But it was regular. It was like people would say, oh, a guy your size. That's not enough pain medication for a guy your size. Or it was just always a thing. And although he rolled with it, I know how that feels. I've been in the hospital with hospital gowns that don't fit. And, I don't know, just having that pummel with you're fat. It's just made me really sad, and it made me grateful that if I'm in the hospital again, I won't experience that. But anyway, I'm just curious what your healthcare experiences were like when you were, or if you still are, significantly overweight, if you saw impact of that in a healthcare setting. I know earlier I talked about starting a nonprofit, which I am going to do. I just have to get my shit together. But one of the things that Gracie and I talked about, because she's a nurse practitioner, is providing toolkits and education to people, primarily about bariatric patients, but doctors need education on how, or maybe it's not doctors as much as it is nurses and the other hospital staff, on how to be somewhat sensitive to overweight people, or what they should do or think of or whatever. I don't know. It irritated me. I'm tired. This is a boring video. I have no energy. Couple quick shout outs, and I swear to God, I'm at home. I'm gonna put this in the description box, the links to Monica's Sleep After 60s channel. I was so surprised with the most lovely gift from her last week. I got a little pack that said Follow Your Heart, and a book on eating disorders, which I'm very interested in reading and have been considering making the trek back to OA again. Because, yeah, it's not just about the weight loss surgery. It's stuff that goes on in your head as well, as we all know. I doubt there's anybody who's watching this video who doesn't already know that. So I want to give a shout out to her and thank her. That was received at a time when I really needed it. So thank you, Monica, for always being so thoughtful and considerate. And then I also want to give a shout out to Peak Fish Lily, who a lot of you guys may not know. I will link to her channel below as well. But she is celebrating her 10-year surgery, and she's very young. So she actually started with a lap band, then had vertical sleeve gastrectomy, and then had DS. And she's tiny too. She's like 5 feet, I think, or maybe even a little less than 5 feet, and was over 400 pounds when she originally had surgery. She looks great. She is hysterical. If you haven't watched her videos, you should, because she is a total crack up. And I met her when I was in New York, and she's also just delightful and super smart. So shout out to her. All right, you guys have a good week. Yeah, and thank you all, everybody who reached out to me about my dad, and just generally, you guys are so kind and supportive and sweet, and I'm sorry I haven't gotten to comments lately. I've been in a place. I've been in a weird place again, but hopefully coming out on the other side of that. All right? Okay, you guys have a great week. I love you. I miss you, and yeah, talk to you later. Bye.